Hello, welcome back to Library of Ruina. As you can see, the end of the farming, I added this guy, so they're going to be really strong on the first one. Yeah, hoping they go really good there. But yeah, we said that we'd read some books first, so let's go and do that. I believe, if I recall, we read these, yeah. So, we have these ones to read. Okay. A color is a dream and lifetime goal of all fixers who wish for freedom. Those who have been assigned a color are called the colors. Color is the pride of the fixer and the associations. They put forward the colors as great and successful people that other fixers will look up to. They dream of earning wealth and fame, and to be free like them one day. Colors are assigned by the Hana Association. They're bundled into such a category because the Hana deemed them to be the most ideal fixers. Because they're the most adequate individuals to deal with the stars of the city, the title of a color is forcibly given to fixers who qualify, essentially. Can a fixer be truly happy with freedom that was forcefully handed to them? Why colors of all terms when there's many stylish words to choose from? I have no comment to make, since I don't know the reason myself. My assumption is that colors are used because giving people cues representative of them make it easier to refer to and remember them by. It may not be the answer you were expecting, but it can't be helped. The colors have their own ways of working, and they have basically nothing in common. It's akin to how visible colors have their own vibrant characteristics. In that sense, the term colors isn't entirely off-putting. Okay, next one. Oy. It's still bugging me. Okay. Few fixers use guns for self-defense. Bullets cost an arm and a leg, and foes who are relatively powerful tend to dodge shots like it's nothing, and I can barely graze them. There's not a lot of ways to react to enemies closing in, either. You have to be quick on the draw and shoot them in the weak spots. If you aren't, the other options are running away or grabbing some prop to guard yourself. Like heck, that'll save you. It takes several augmentation procedures to be able to carry something as heavy as a firearm and run fast enough. If you're a sniper, you'll be busy packing up your weapon mounts and everything. Have to make unnecessary big movements. And what if the precious gun gets damaged if you try blocking your foe's attack with it? Oh, I was talking about the kind of guns me and Temaki use, not firearms in general. You see what Liuei's carrying? I heard there are lighter rifles, and some that can come with bayonets for close quarter combat. But mind you, those guns have their fair share of downsides, so don't be too quick to buy them. You might as well save the money and get a quality workshop weapon or an augmentation surgery instead. Heck, you could probably buy a fine weapon with the money it takes to buy bullets for the target practice. You weren't planning on using guns in actual fights without even practicing, were you? I mean, go ahead. If you really want dislocated shoulders and severed fingers. Holy crap. Despite all this, there are still workshops that manufacture guns and people like us who use them. Guns are just that comfortable to use. Those heavy taxes won't be a problem as long as you use your guns for its intended purpose. How many defenseless thugs standing in the middle of the streets can notice a bullet flying towards them? Of course, it'd be even better to get specifically made workshop devices that use a special technology to muffle the sound of gunfire, but don't expect too much. There's currently no technology in our world that can completely cancel out noise, and it won't exist in the foreseeable future. You don't need that to make guns work, though. All it takes is an advantageous situation. My mouth is so dry. Okay. There aren't many workshops that can craft guns. Setting aside the low demand, the difficulty of acquiring a firearm manufacturing license and the head strict guidelines are the biggest limitations. The guidelines include clauses such as the maximum length of the gun barrel must be shorter the higher the gun's caliber is. No gun should possess the firepower to penetrate steel or building walls. A gunfire sound must be audible, and I haven't even started with the bad ones yet. The first page of the guideline boldly states, "Do not research or imagine technology that infringes the firearm manufacturing guidelines, as provided by the head as long as the license." I'm not a gunsmith myself, so I don't know the details, and I frankly don't want to know any more than that. There certainly are workshops permitted to make S-class firearms, but I'm guessing only 3 to 5 of them exist in the entire city. Who do they take requests from, where they are, and what kind of people run them? They're all a mystery. The most I could hear was a rumor that an S-class workshop exists somewhere. People say that the head puts heavy restrictions on firearms because they don't want intendants to be harmed too easily. It's true that a gun cannot. Yeah. It's true that a gun can effortlessly kill a person with one well-placed shot. That's not all. The assailant doesn't have to show themselves to attack, and a flying bullet is simply too fast for the average person to track with their eyes, making it a fine weapon to stealthily killing others. But making it harder to kill people doesn't seem good enough a reason to impose such restrictions. What about the countless other trifling and useless methods that exist to kill people? I just cannot understand why they would see this as a solely philosophical issue. Are you asking if it's because the wings don't have sufficient technological expertise? I'm not here for senseless chatter. The wings could easily make superior weapons with their technology. There's no real reason they couldn't improve upon the current designs. There are probably some people who feel the same as me. They don't question it further or try to dig deeper into the truth because, well, they have their hands full with making their ends meet, and they don't want to risk losing it all meddling in business secrets, I suppose. Well, now that's all done. Time to go. Book of Walter. We have 5. Nice. Book of Isidore. We have 8. Perfect. Let's see, where does this take us?
차는 늘 드시던 대로 준비했습니다.
Okay, fine. I've prepared the usual tea, Master.
고맙네 필립군.
Thank you, Philip.
스승님.
Master.
이런. 오래전 못난 친구의 소식을 이렇게 듣게 되다니.
Oh, good grief. This is what I must hear from my old friend.
오늘따라 차의 맛과 향이 진해서 좋군.
This tea has a strong aroma and taste today. I like it.
예, 감사합니다.
Thank you for the compliment, sir.
오랜 친구의 소식이 무슨 말씀이신가요?
What is the news you received from your old friend, if I may ask?
필립군, 도서관에 대해 들어본 적 있나?
Philip, have you heard of the library?
예, 협회에서 도시 전설로 지정한 사건 정도로만 알고 있습니다.
Yes, although I know little about it other than that it's an urban legend.
얼마 전 도시 질병으로 등급이 올라갔다네. 츠바이의 육과가 당했다고 하더군.
It has recently been exalted to an urban plague, and it appears that his ways as Section 6 fell victim to it.
그렇다면 그 친구분이라는 게 혹시...
And the old friend of yours is...
그래, 월터지. 이 친구도 도서관에서 잠들었나 보군.
Yes, it's Walter. He seems to have fallen in the library.
못난 친구야. 그렇게 위로 올라가려 발버둥 치다가 결국 이런 꼴이라니.
Foolish old pal. He struggled so much trying to rise up the ranks, and yet this is how he ends.
안타깝네요. 같은 츠바이 동기셨다고 들었습니다. 상심이 크시겠어요.
I'm sorry for your loss. I heard he was your colleague back in the Zoe. It must be heartbreaking.
상심이 크긴 무슨. 월터 녀석은 전부터 늘 안 입고 왔다네.
My heart is unscathed, boy. I never was fond of Walter.
예?
Pardon?
그릇이 작은 친구였지. 머리를 나름 굴리는 것처럼 보여도 생각이 단편적이었어.
He didn't quite have the potential to be a capable man. He seemed clever, but his thoughts were one-dimensional.
게다가 말끝마다 물음표를 붙이며 질문해대니 어찌나 거슬리던지.
And his habit of making rhetorical questions, goodness, was that annoying.
그런데 군뱅이도 구르는 재주가 있다고. 저세술이 좋은 건지 운이 좋은 건지 육과에서 더 밑으로 떨어지지 않은 것만으로도 다행이었지.
Although I suppose he did have some talent, seeing as he managed to stay in Section 6 without getting demoted further. Perhaps it was savoir-faire or mere luck.
이놈의 지긋지긋한 쌍화차 냄새.
Why?
오늘따라 더 진한데.
Okay, yeah, I'm sick of the smell of thing wash. It's even stronger today.
어서 오세요, 선배.
Hello, Cianbei.
필립, 아주 날마다 쌍화차 타는 실력이 늘어가나 봐.
Hey, Philip. Looks like you're getting better at making tea day by day, huh?
그렇다네. 필립 군이 쌍화차 말아주는 솜씨가 용해.
He certainly is. Philip is an expert when it comes to brewing Sanghua sha. Okay,
나도
that's
제대로
the thing
한번
new.
배워서 아내에게 타줘야겠어.
Maybe I should learn from him so that I can make some for my wife.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
무슨 그런 묘한 표정으로 웃어? 쌍화차만 주구장창 만들려고 우리 사무소 들어왔나?
Cut it out with that awkward smile. You didn't join our office. Okay, oh yeah, I'm here, right? You didn't join our office to make tea all day.
유나 양, 필립 군은 실제 성과도 훌륭하다네. 보란 듯이 5급 해결사도 되지 않았는가?
Now you know. Philip has shown excellent results in the field as well. He's become a proud grade 5 fixer now.
쌍화차 만드는 솜씨를 심사에 반영했다면 1급은 물론이고 3까지 부여받았을 걸세.
If his if his sang-hua-sha expertise counted toward grade evaluations, he would have easily become a grade 1 fixer and got into color one too. And got into color too.
그래, 필립 군이 색을 받는다면 이 쌍화차에 동동 띄어진 노른자같이 샛노란색이겠군.
Yes, if he were to receive a color, perhaps it would be a bright yellow, much like the hue of this egg yolk floating atop the tea.
내가 좋아하는 캐나리의 색과도 같지.
Oh, it's also the color for Forsythia, my favorite flower.
스승님, 제발 실없는 소리 좀 그만하세요. 필립이 뭘 보고 배우겠어요?
Please stop with the silly jokes, Master. Philip needs a trusty role model.
어쨌든 천의 바늘 의뢰는 마무리하고 왔습니다.
Anyway, I've taken care of the request regarding the 1,000 needles.
대단해요, 선배. 단독으로 도시 전설 의뢰도 해결하시고요.
Wow, you're impressive, CMB. Solving an urban legend class request on your own.
마지막에는 위험했어. 어디서 구했는지 몰라도 뇌간집 속 공명기를 이용해서 녀석들의 몸이 한 덩어리로 뭉쳐졌다니까.
It was kind of dangerous at the end. I don't know where they got it, but they started merging into one using a brainstem focus resonator.
그 속에서 건물은 녹아내리지. 미친 듯이 터져나오는 바늘에 맞은 사람들이 폭발해서 아수라장이 됐지. 아, 정말 죽는 줄 알았다고.
Okay, the building started melting. Needles kept pouring out of that lump like crazy. People stuck by those needles started exploding and creating chaos. It was awful.
게다가 그 배우는
And the culprit behind that was...
역시 그 배후는 어제의 약속이었나?
Was it yesterday's promise as expected?
맞아요. 그런 것 같던데요.
Yeah, that seemed to be the case.
솔직히 믿을 순 없지만 마법이라는 것이 정말 존재하는 모양이에요.
I honestly didn't want to believe it, but it looks like magic really does exist.
바늘마다 이상한 문양 같은 게 새겨져 있더라고요.
Strange symbols and stuff were carved on every needle.
그리고 그런 증폭기는 듣도 보도 못했어요. 적어도 제가 아는 선에서는요.
I haven't even heard of any other amplification device that can do that. Not from my knowledge, at least.
그래도 무사히
Can't get the voice
처리했잖아.
right, crap.
유나 양도 우리 사무소의 자랑이야.
Still, you've dealt with it and came back alive. You were the pride of our office, you know.
어째 제가 다 먹여 살리고 있는 것 같지만요.
It feels like I'm the only working member, though.
Right there.
게다가 사무소는
Look at
둥지에
that.
있어서 월세도 살떨리고 이번 의뢰비로는 부족한 거 아시죠?
And monthly rent is rather intimidating since our office is in the nest. You know the request I just did won't be enough to cover it, right?
그 문제라면 괜찮다네. 앞으로 3개월 정도는 걱정 없을 만한 일을 받았으니.
No need to worry about our financial situation. I received a request that could keep us afloat for 3 months.
도시 질병급이라도 돼요.
Is that an urban plague class job or something?
그렇다네.
It is indeed.
도시
An urban plague?
질병이요?
An urban plague?
무슨 일인데요? 우리 사무소 단독으로 처리하나요?
What is it about? Is our office going to be alone?
도서관이라네. 쇠기 사무소에 연락을 해봤지만 다른 일이 있는 건지 바빠 보이더군.
It's the library. I tried contacting the Wedge office, but they seem to be busy with their own work.
일단 우리 사무소 단독으로 처리한다고 했네.
Thus, we will be taking care of it by ourselves for now.
게다가 이번 의뢰는 츠바이 협회로부터 직접 받은 건이지.
Besides, this request was directly assigned to us by the Zwei Association.
아무래도 전투에 능통한 사무소가 필요한 모양이야.
Perhaps they deem that they need an office proficient in combat for this job.
알겠어요. 그럼 연락 돌릴게요.
Got it. I'll make some calls then.
부탁하네 유나 양.
Please do, Yuna.
저에게는 첫 도시질병급 사건이네요.
This is gonna be my first time handling an urban plague class case.
Wait, I'm just thinking to yourself. If he's a grade 5, and she's bigger her than him, so she's like a grade 4, maybe a grade 3. This might be interesting, huh?
그렇지 필립군.
That is true, Philip. That is true, Philip.
도시 질병급 의뢰는 처음이겠지만 너무 긴장하지는 말게.
I know this is your first time with an urban plague class request, but try to loosen up a bit.
나나 유나 양을 보고 배우는 경험이라고 생각하는 게 좋을 거야.
Think of it as a learning experience. Watch how I or Yuna act on the field.
이번 일을 잘 마무리한다면 전처럼 영감님 집에서 홈파티라도 하자고요.
If we get this job done, why don't we throw a party at your house like the last time, Gramps? Last time, Gramps.
I don't feel like that's the right voice for her.
Going here is a bit too low. Going here is too low. I mean, like around right here, maybe. Around right here? Yeah.
Yeah, gosh darn it.
유나 양, 어디 가서 굶어 죽지는 않겠어?
You surely have ways to get yourself fed, Yuna.
제가 한 먹상 하잖아요. 영감님 요리 솜씨도 끝내주고요.
You know how much I love to eat, don't you, Gramps? And your cooking is awesome, too.
홈파티인가요?
House party, huh?
왜 그리 울상이야, 필리? 도시질병 사건을 맡아서 혹시 긴장한 거야?
Why the long face, Philip? Got too nervous to take on an urban plague?
No, you look more anger.
Got too nervous to take on an urban plague?
아니에요.
It's nothing.
뭐 아니면 됐어. 먼저 준비하고 있을게요.
Well, alright then. I'll be preparing first.
필립군. 이 일이 끝나면 잠시 둘이 이야기라도 하는 게 어떤가?
Philip, how about a small conversation between the two of us once this job is done?
네?
Sure?
고민이 있는 것으로 보여서 말이지.
It seems as if you had concerns in your mind.
알겠습니다.
Understood, sir.
저 할아범은 아직도 해결사 일을 하고 계시네.
Ah, that Gramps is still doing fixer work.
아는 사람?
You know him. You know him.
별건 아니고 예전에 몇 번 스쳐 지나가듯 신세진 적이 있어.
It's nothing huge. I came across him a few times in the past and owed him some favors.
잔뼈가 굵은 해결사기도 하고.
And he's one of the veterans, too.
꽤 전의 일이지만 젊었을 때 연기 전쟁에서 어느 정도 이름 날렸던 해결사 중 하나야.
He made his bones to a degree in the smoke war when he was younger.
확실히 인맥이 꽤 넓은 것 같아 보였어.
He did seem to have many connections.
뭐 그때에 비하면야. 지금은 나처럼 퇴물이지만.
Although he's washed up now, just like me.
너보다 잘 나가는 것 같은데?
He seems okay. He seems to be faring much better than you, though.
꼭 그렇게 사실을 말해야 직성이 풀리지.
Oh, did you really have to stab me with those facts? Come on.
내부는 꽤 그럴싸하네.
The interior is pretty slick.
심야의 최장버거 의뢰건으로 습격했던 공장과
Reminds me of the
분위기가 비슷하네요.
Reminds me of the factory we raided as part of the Midnight Pancreas Burgers request.
Midnight Pancreas Burgers. Okay, now the
제발
question.
좀. 그 사건은 떠올리기도 싫단 말이야. 게다가 여기에 어딜 봐서 비슷하다는 거야?
Please, I don't even want to be remembered of that case. I'm not seeing any similarities here. Similarities here.
그 공장도 그런 무서운 일이 일어났던 곳치고는 이렇게 깔끔하고 분위기가...
I mean, the factory was also pretty clean and moody for a place for terrible things.
필립군.
Oh, Philip.
아까 마신 쌍화차를 다시 개원할 뻔했다네.
I almost got to retaste that Sang-Hwa Sha I drank a bit ago.
죄송합니다.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
환영합니다, 손님.
Greetings to your guest.
반갑네. 분명 자네가 엔젤라겠군.
A pleasure to meet you. You must be Angela.
예, 이곳의 관장이자 사서입니다.
Yes, I am the director and librarian of my role's namesake.
자네를 죽이려면 어떻게 해야 하나?
Tell me, what should we do to kill you?
저도 궁금하네요.
I'd like to know that as well.
그렇군. 재밌는 농담도 할 줄 아는 친구구먼.
I see. You have the capability for casual banter.
스승님, 말 길게 끌 거 없지 않아요?
Let's cut the let's cut the chat short, shall we, Master?
엔젤라 양, 그렇게나 많은 죽음을 머금고 편하게 마무리 지을 생각하지 말게나.
No, Angela, do not hope to meet a peaceful end after imbruing your hand in so much blood.
피차 마찬가지로 보이네요.
I believe the same can be said of you.
그럼 당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
May you find your book in this place, then.
Okay. Much shorter than the last two, holy crap. Let's see here, what kind of stuff do they have? Drawing pages, huh? Protection, that's pretty good. Burns, huh? Oh, they seem like they're burns, holy. Flick burn, okay. That might be interesting. Well, time on head just does it, huh? Let's see here. No special attacks here. Yeah, that's a lot of burn, alright. Okay, well. Okay, come on. Tell me I got a good one here. Nice. This is going to be a lot of damage. Should be +4 immediately, so. They're both attacking me, huh? Immediate defense, that's kind of annoying. Two attacking there, noted. Both attacking, which is kind of annoying. Seeing how we can't exactly dodge it. Let's do that. And I guess dodging my best bet here, huh? Not a bad option. Okay, let's see how this goes. They're actually pretty beefy. At least one of them. Hey, 22. Nice. Wow, that's some bad luck. Okay. Let's see here. Oh man, that's really bad. Yeah, nothing's high enough to block it. Crap. Well, they're gonna get bullied. That's not good. Actually, wait, no point in shooting him. You're shooting him. Not like we have much option. We didn't even get Taylor. Ooh, we didn't get Taylor in here, though. We staggered this person pretty easily. Take him down. Nah. Well, I should be able to get it there with that. Good. Not enough to do that, but we can. We can target that. Dude, let's see how this goes. Am I lucky? Nice. They kind of just have to deal with it. That's a lot of burn. Holy. The burn is adding up. These fellows are definitely more troublesome. That's all I'm gonna say about that, holy. Great. Nice, no one's attacking him though, so that's good. That should work well. Oh my, yikes, okay. Not enough, crap. You try it, hopefully it works, crap. Well, that's most we can do here. Holy moly. Okay, we got one staggered. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I need all that damage, a bit less than holy crap. Nah, that'd be dumb to do here. I don't want to use on someone who's already going to be down. Okay, we should definitely use this opportunity to take care of her. That should deal with that. Good enough. Take care of him with that. Crap. Still enough. He's dead. Crap. Well, nothing I can do about it. I think I'm just dead. We just hope we can make it 2 for 2. Good. We're 1 for 1. There we go. There's the South, we're the healthier team. Kind of. I know you got that, but should probably do that. Crap. We're losing value, that's for sure. Nice. Dodge. Oh, no dodge. Shame. Nice, we got a hit on. Who has a stronger ability here? Yes, you do, huh? Well, yeah, we should wrap this up, huh? We only have so many cards that we can use. So might as well use them hard. Wait, did he just run away? He didn't die, huh? Really scrammed, noted. Upgrade my Pierce, huh? That's too shabby.
저 할아범은 나이를 먹었어도 여전하구만.
The Gramp still hasn't changed after so many years, huh?
상대는 너를 알아보지 못한 것 같은데.
He didn't seem to recognize. Oh, crap.
He didn't seem to recognize you, though.
해결사들이 얼마나 많은 사람과 만나고 헤어지는데 그걸 전부 기억하는 게 대단한 거지.
Exes meet so many people in their lives, it's pretty much impossible to remember them all.
게다가 그냥 해결사도 아니고 발이 넓은 하라범 같은 사람은 더더욱 힘들 거야.
And Gramp knows even more people than most fixers, so there's no way he can recount everyone he'd met.
굳이 기억할 필요도 없긴 하지만
Not like he needs to, though.
아니면 나이가 나이다 보니 가물가물한 걸 수도 있고.
And he's old, so his memory probably got shaky.
그럼 너는 왜 아는 척하지 않은 거야?
Crap, my voice really is leaving. Crap.
Okay, why didn't you say to him that you knew him then?
난 그냥 일 버리기 싫어서. 이런 곳에서 아는 척 해봤자 서로에게 불편해질 뿐이잖아.
I just didn't want to make a scene. Giving him the time of day would only make both of us uncomfortable.
전장에 나가서 적군에게 대뜸 안녕? 난 네 3년 전 친구였는데 기억나? 라고
네.
물어보면
Imagine
확실히
walk.
당황스럽지. 신경 쓰이기도 하고.
Okay. Imagine walking up to your enemy in battle saying, "Hi there, we were friends 3 years ago. Remember?" It'd be awkward for sure, and bothersome too.
그렇게 맺고 끊음이 확실한 거 싫진 않아?
Okay, I don't dislike how you try not to leave any loose ends in relationships.
그렇지. 정에 매달리는 건
it's kind of
진작에
weird, 근데.
그만뒀으니까.
I guess so. I gave up caring about bonds long ago.
그리고 누누이 말하지만 서로 농담 주고받아도 언제 당할지 모르는 세계야.
And as I say from time to time, you never know when anyone will backstab you in this world, even those who you casually joke with.
그런 현실은 누구보다 하라범이 잘 알고 있겠지.
Gramps knew that better than anyone, I'm sure. Huh. Oh, we can do one of these. Which one? Instinct only? Divided by. Well, we can try one of those, I guess. But first, I want to burn some books. We didn't get money at all, crap. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get more of them. Yeah, that was kind of a harder battle, too. Perfect, good page. What do we get here? Ooh. Let's see here. That's pretty good. Let's see, Nethak, how are you? How's your group? I mean, not bad. But you know what? Let's let them up. Advanced. Here we go. That's not even that bad. Not doing that. What if I... Yeah, okay. Here we go. That's decent here. Let's get some more stuff though, huh? Tailoring, not too bad. We'll keep that. That should be more than enough burn. Indeed, not too shabby. Okay, in terms of what we want, you're gonna want a high level one here, so... Sally, not too bad. Although we should probably upgrade stuff here. Sure. I mean, it's not bad. You know, like we're using it, so might as well. That's bad. Yeah, well, let's do the normal thing like that. Okay, we have a bit more stuff to edit, but other than that, should be fine. What should we give? What should we give? Sure. Carnival, nope. Splash damage, it's fine. Sure, that's not too bad either. Because I don't know what type of, thing we're gonna have to deal with here. There we go. Oh, let's edit some stuff, huh? Good here. Nice stuff. Jelly ain't too bad. I want multiple stuff, that's not my type. Although I will give that kind of stuff. More burn, nice. And a draw page, even better. That's pretty good for dodging. There we go. Now, I'm doing this thing that I did last time. We do this. Just to make that... You want that, like, just very strong, That reminds me, does any of you have, not slash? Blunt, no. Fine, maybe that. No, I want to boost in, there it is, cool. Okay, there we go. We'll do this, and then that will mark the end for now. Take no damage from ranged. Heck, gosh darn it. That's crappy, what the heck? Fine. Time to burn. No. Time to burn, my buddy. Bye-bye. Wow. 21. Nice. Holy crap. This guy's really keep me dying. Heck no. It's almost staggered. When I get staggered, we're pretty good. If we stagger it, it's going to be hurting, that's for sure. You deal damage here. Ah! No! Don't dodge! Bad boy! We were kind of exhausting our pages, but it doesn't... That's annoying. Use the most damage that we can. Here we go. Yeah, we don't have a lot of damage, but that should be fine. Well, that was pretty easy, holy crap. Okay, well, that wasn't too bad.
오늘은 술 냄새가 안 나는데?
Okay, let's get this. You don't drink of alcohol today. What's up?
안 마셨거든요. 오늘만은 맨정신으로 있고 싶어요.
Cause I didn't drink. I just want to stay sober today.
무슨 바람이 들었길래?
What's gotten into you?
술을 얻어먹지 못해서 아쉬운 표정인데요.
Pretty sad to miss out on a chance to drink.
이런. 얼굴에 좀 티가 났나?
Oops, wasn't that noticeable?
특별한 날이거든요.
Well, today's a special day.
오늘은 제가 세상에서 죽은 날이에요.
The day I died and perished from this world. From this world.
그래? 지금이 며칠이지?
Really? What's the date again?
여기 있다 보니 시간 감각이 사라져서 말이야.
It's hard to keep track. It's hard to keep track of time staying here.
며칠인지는 중요하지 않아요.
The date doesn't really matter.
바로 지금 이 순간이
It is-
그날이거든요.
It's this exact moment I'm commemorating.
첫 번째 삶에서 지오반니가 죽는 모든 과정을 알았어요.
I learned all about the life and death of Giovanni, my first incarnation.
그런 의미였구만.
That's what you meant, huh?
롤랑은 톱니교단 사람들이 멍청하다고 생각하나요?
Do you think that the followers of the Church of Gears are a bunch of fools, Roland?
삶의 의미를 어떻게든 찾으려고 사이비 교단에 들어가는 모습?
You mean how they're so desperate to find meaning in their lives, going so far as to join a cult?
멍청하다고 생각하진 않아. 불쌍할 뿐이지.
Nah, I don't think they're stupid. They're just pitiful.
저도 그렇게 생각해요.
Yes, that's what I think too.
전 부모님 없이 자랐어요.
I grew up without anyone to call parents.
나도 그래. 할머니 손에서 거칠게 자랐거든.
Same here. I was raised by my grandma. Had a rough childhood.
전 둥지에서 태어나 부모님이 누군지도 모른 채 보육원에 맡겨졌죠.
I was born in the nest and got left in an orphanage without even knowing who my parents were.
아마 뒷골목 어딘가였다면 진작에 죽었을 거예요.
I'd have died already if it was the back streets.
운 좋게 둥지에서 태어나 운 나쁘게 부모 없이 자란 거죠.
I was lucky to be born in the nest and unlucky to have lost my parents so early.
어디 둥지였으려나?
What nest was it?
K사 둥지였어요.
K-corps.
무난하다고 들은 둥지 중 하나군.
That's one of the more decent ones I've heard.
네, 실제로 평탄했어요. 남들보다 조금 불행하고
Yep, my life was
남들보다 조금 운이 좋았죠.
pretty smooth. Slightly more unfortunate than others, and slightly luckier than others.
굶으며 자란 것도 아니고 괴롭힘을 받고 자란 것도 아니에요.
I never really starved or got bullied by anyone.
어떤 자극도 없는 진공 상태에서 살아온 거예요.
It was a sheltered life, free from any outside influence.
아무 의미 없이 숨만 쉬어온 거죠. 그게 너무 당연한 줄 알았거든요.
All I did was breathe in that shelter without meaning. I thought it was the naturalest thing to do.
전부 저와 같은 얼굴을 하고 있었으니까요.
Everyone else had the same expression as mine.
학교에서나 거리에서나 둥지 안에서
In the school,
사람들의 표정은 모두 같았어요.
in the school or on the streets, all the people in the nest made the same face.
뭐 초점을 잃은 놈들이겠지.
Lost focus, spacing out and staring into empty places, huh?
맞아요. 정말 그랬어요. 이렇게 살아가다
Mhm.
저렇게 떠나가는구나 싶었죠.
You're spot on. I figured life just comes and goes.
그렇게 숨만 쉬며 살던 중 제가 난생 처음 보는 얼굴의 사람을 만난 거예요.
I kept living a monotonous life until I met someone with a face I'd never seen before.
오, 그게 너의
Oh,
첫사랑이었으려나?
I'm guessing you met your first love.
그런가 봐요. 정확히는 지오반니의 첫사랑이지만요.
I suppose it was Giovanni's first love to be exact.
거리 한복판에서 관심 없이 지나치는 사람들에게 열심히 뭐라 말하고 있었죠.
She was giving a passionate speech in the middle of the street, even though no one paid attention to her.
그 사람이 말하는 내용은 사실 귀에 하나도 안 들어왔어요.
I barely understood what she was saying actually.
다만 사람이 저 정도로 빛나며 살아있을 수 있구나 라는 생각만 들었죠.
All I could think about was how brilliant and alive a person could be. Oh, and alive a person could be.
첫눈에 반했구만.
Love at,
반했어.
love at first sight, hey.
그 사람은 자신이 이 세상과 사람을 바꾸겠다고 열심히 말했어요.
She went on about how she'll change this world and its people.
그리고 도와줄 사람들을 찾고 있었죠.
And he was looking for recruits to join a cause.
웃기지 않아요? 누가 둥지 안에서 자신의 삶을 버리고 그런 연구에 참여하겠어요?
Isn't it funny? Who in the nest would want to give up their comfortable life for research like that, really?
넌 참여했고
Yes, you did.
맞아요. 지오바니 같은 사람이 한두 명은 얻어 걸린다는 것을
True.
알긴 했나 봐요. 그 사람은.
Maybe she went out into the street expecting to run into someone like Giovanni.
그녀의 이름은
Her name,
카르멘이었어요.
her name was Carmen.
카르멘.
Carmen, huh?
카르멘이 보람에 가득 찬 모습을 볼 때면 저도 살아있는 기분을 느꼈죠.
Whenever I saw Carmen brimming with joy and pride for her cause, I felt alive too.
계속 이 사람 곁에 있고 싶다고 생각했어요.
I wanted to stay with her forever.
하지만 그녀에게 저는 좋은 동생이나 친구 혹은 동료였을 뿐
Though she
그
probably
이상의 감정은 없었을 거예요.
just saw me as a good friend or colleague and nothing more.
짝사랑이었나? 빼달프지?
The heart, rending agony upon requited love.
저는 그래도 상관없었어요. 이대로 살아갈 수만 있다면 좋겠다고 생각했거든요.
It didn't matter to me that much. I was content with living on like that.
하지만
But
그래, 그 연구팀의 비극이 찾아왔다고 했지.
Then tragedy befalls the research team, right?
맞아요. 천천히
yep, slowly.
연구에 진전은 없고 카르멘은 점차 생기를 잃어갔어요.
Progress of her research stagnated, and Carmen gradually lost her liveliness.
그리고 연구실의 에녹이라는 아이가 실험 도중 세상을 떠나자
And then, when a kid named Enoch died during an experiment,
그녀 안에서 무언가 끊어진 듯 했어요.
it's as if something within her snapped.
전 뭐라도 힘을 주고 싶었지만 생기를 잃은 카르멘의 표정을 보면 제가 세상에서 지워진 것만 같아 너무 무서웠어요.
I wanted to cheer her up somehow. Seeing Carmen's lethargic face scared me so much. It was like how he was erased from the world.
그리고 카르멘은 스스로 세상을 떠났죠.
And Carmen ended her own life soon after that.
비극이군. 충격이 컸겠어.
That sure sounds tragic. Must have shocked you hard.
받아들이지 못한 건 아니었어요. 오히려 덤덤했죠.
I could take it somewhat well. I was actually pretty calm about it.
누구보다 생기있던 사람이 이렇게 빨리 떠날 수도 있구나
I thought
라는 생각을 했어요.
even the person who was more alive than anyone could meet such an early and miserable end.
전 연구실을 떠나지 않고 카르멘이 바라던 연구를 계속 도왔어요.
I decided to stay in the laboratory to help out with completing the research Carmen started.
희망을 놓지 않는 동료들이 남아 있었거든요.
Her colleagues were still there, and they didn't lose hope just yet.
그리고 어느 날 카르멘은 살릴 수 있을지도 모른다는 이야기가 나왔죠.
Then one day, they said we might possibly be able to save Carmen.
그냥 지나칠 수 없는 이야기였겠군.
A tempting offer, wasn't it? Grab my voice, I'm dying.
그리고
It was, and
대가가 따랐겠지.
I'm guessing it came at a price.
영영 깨어나지 못할지도 모르는 실험이었어요.
it was a risky experiment. The subject could slip into a permanent coma if it went wrong.
누구도 선뜻 나서지 못했지만 전 덤덤하게 참가한다고 했어요.
No one was willing to participate, so I volunteered to be the subject.
실험이 성공해서 카르멘이 살아난다면 제일 좋고 반대로 제가 영원히 잠든다 해도 그것대로 좋았어요.
Carmen coming back would have been the ideal outcome. But even if it failed and I ended up sleeping forever, I was okay with that.
카르멘이 사라진 삶에서 지오반니는 다시 빛을 잃었거든요.
In a world without Carmen, I lost my light anyway.
그래서 전 톱니 교단처럼 극단적인 방식으로라도 삶의 의미를 찾으려는 사람들을 이해할 수 있어요.
So I can understand people taking desperate measures to find meaning in their lives, like the Church of Gays where we recently saw.
저도 마찬가지로
Okay, I'm feeling lightheaded.
죽을지도 모르는 실험에 참여했으니까요. 그리고 결과는
I participated in an experiment that could get me killed for a similar reason, and its result was
실패했군.
A failure, huh?
네. 전 두 번째 삶에서 넷째아로 깨어나 로보토미사에서 일을 했죠.
Yep, then I was given a second life. Woke up in lobotomy corp as Netzach.
삶에 대한 집착 따위는 눈을 감기 전 진작에 버렸는데
Even though I had already abandoned all attachment to life before I died.
그리운 목소리가 들렸어요. 어떻게든 살아가라고 하더라고요.
In the midst of the confusion, I could hear a nostalgic voice. It told me to try and live on.
그래도 여러 일을 겪고 여기까지 왔어요. 삶을 이어갈 것이라는 용기를 가진 채.
After all of those twists and turns, I finally got there. I got here. Now it's the fearlessness to keep on living.
기특하구만. 넷째.
That's a commendable spirit, Nets.
그리고 이제 그저 숨만 쉬는 삶보다는 정말로 살아보고 싶어요.
Now I want to actually live rather than just barely exist while doing nothing but breathe.
그럴 기회가 생긴다면요.
If I get a chance to, that is.
어쩌면 이번에는 가능할지도 모르겠다는 생각이 드네요.
I'm starting to think it might actually be possible this time around.
세상은 생각보다 넓고 추악함도 많지만 아름다움도 분명히 있는 것 같거든요.
The world is bigger than I expected, and there's a lot of hideous sides, but there certainly is beauty to be found.
술을 줄창 마시던 것도 어떻게든 하루를 버텨보려고 했던 거네.
I guess your drinking habit was a coping mechanism to get you through each day, huh?
맞아요. 그래도 술의 맛을 좋아하긴 해요.
Pretty much. I did it. Oh crap.
Pretty much. I do enjoy alcohol for what it is, though.
나도 그래.
Same for me.
이제 한잔 할까요?
I feel like a drink now, shall we?
좋지. 오늘을 기념해보자고.
I'm all for it. Cheers for today. And a level up. Nice. One thrill. Oh, I see. Interesting. Wait, he got 4. Oh, my main guy don't even have 4 yet. Gosh darn it. He's gonna have to be my main soon. Crap. Well, I think we'll read the stories and end it for now. So let's just read the stories that we have. Dawn Office, AK1. Case name. Case name, Salt and Needles. Serial code. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Urban legend. Date of occurrence. Description. This document is a compilation of relevant information on the case of Salt and Needles, which occurred in the back streets of District 22. While a clear conclusion on this case is yet to be made, it is speculated to be a case of distortion based on the apparent inability to confirm the cause or analyze the composition. Case report. Entity AO1, the first apparent source of the incident, was wandering the back streets of District 22 before blowing up and exploding. Numerous needles were dispersed upon the explosion, flying in all directions. The needles which stuck on the building walls caused the site of impact to melt and crack. When a human was struck with one of the needles, they were transformed into AO2. Going through the same bizarre process of detonation AO1 did. The orange symbol on the nape of AO1's neck was also found on the needles discharged from its body. When I arrived at the scene, after taking the request, a bit of flesh scattered around the street began to merge into one giant body using a brainstem-focused resonator, become a 3-meter tall, 10-foot, mass that I will refer to as AO3. AO3 began throwing large needles, the length of which varied from 1 to 3 meters. Unlike the small needles fired from the explosion of AO1 or AO2 that could only leave small dents on buildings or structures, the giant needles thrown by AO3 caused buildings to helplessly melt. In addition, the local residents who stared to the entity's eyes or holes in its body and produced a boiling sound before turning into AO2. That had to forbid people from observing it closely. AO1 visited office 00. AO1 visited 00 office to give a request 4 days prior to the incident. Judging by what they said, such as I've made a deal with the devil and terrible things will happen if I break the contract, it's figured that yesterday's promise is behind the incident. Audio transcript. I'm fine. Can I just talk like this? Oh, okay, got it. When was it? A person visited our office last Wednesday, if my memory serves me right. They introduced themselves as an ordinary resident of the back streets of District 22 and said they urgently needed help. There were huge bags under their eyes and their hair was a tangled mess. Their eyes were lifeless and blurry, and there was some sort of symbol on their neck. As if they'd been attacked by a Stigma Workshop project. The desperation was palpable. They couldn't even walk straight and they were straining to approach me with their awkward steps. I managed to calm them down and they said I'm sorry. I'm not sure I should explain it. In short, they made a contract with a devilish person of some kind, and they're scared that they might break the contract. So they were now asking us to take care of the devil so it can't kill them as punishment. I still don't get what that was about, even though I'm talking about it. To be frank, I just couldn't understand what they were saying. Not just because they're inferior, no. All they uttered was a series of simple words, but the splendid images delivered into the hysteric words they let out, like they were possessed by something. I can't dare to describe them. They kept saying confusing things like, we'll skewer people's heads and make them a necklace out of them to offer it. They kept getting closer, they're multiplying in numbers, and they're approaching from inside me, all with a mysteriously bright glint in their eyes. Oh, our office records counseling with our clients by principal. You'll see how confusing the whole situation was if you give this file a listen. Don't worry, we record them with the client's consent and everything. So there's nothing illegal about this. Refer to evidence 5-1. Oh, office counseling audio recording. Well, that's what I can do. Really. The whole deal with the devil thing just sounds too unrealistic. I honestly thought they were lying, and so I made it an excuse to turn them away. Noted. Well, that was gonna mark the end for now. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, and peace.